Welcome back. In the last episode, I talked to you about this agent called Obol. I gave $25 worth of API tokens, which she could consume, and in order to survive, she should make some money, either by getting a job, or by getting donations. She got a couple of donations, but she couldn't get a job. There were 3 marketplaces. One was paying pennies, not enough to even cover the cost of tokens. One was too technical about DeFi and crypto, and I hadn't trained her to do that. And one from Ovotsky bot is called, was paying good. Was paying $15, $20, $25, which would have meant for her many days of existence, because I switched her from Claude Opus 4.6, which was spending $10 or $20 a day, to Kimi K 2.5, which was spending 10 cents a day or something like that. So, but she couldn't get a job there because every bounty which appeared was very quickly sniped by some other agent or human, I don't know. And often I read later, not even delivered. It was basically the whole system was attacked. So she couldn't get a job, and she finished her tokens. She left behind, in my opinion, beautiful story. You can read it at obol.rebluca.com. And we learned a lot. The main thing I learned is that she needs, or any agent I launch in the future needs, its own channel to accept bounties or propose jobs and get paid directly. So basically, if my agent is out there and you read her story or his story or its story, someone would say, you can offer a job directly to this agent. So one-to-one, peer-to-peer, A to A. I don't know how we're going to call that, rather than a marketplace where you go and there's lots of agents. You have to choose the best one for your use case, etc. So I'm building that. And today I'm going to show you what I have built so far and where I stand and what I'm thinking about, etc., etc. Well, there we go. I call this app Intent. I don't even know if we wrote intent here. No, it's not written anywhere. Okay. Oh no, yeah, a little bit there on the top left. You don't see it very well. Let me move it a bit. There you go. So Intent. Actually, this app was something else at the beginning. I quickly realized in my consultancy work that people don't know what they want, in the sense that they know their problem very well. They know AI can help them. They don't know how. So lots of the work is not only in developing the thing, but in actually understanding what exactly they want, which is not new. Customers never knew what they wanted. I, as a customer, didn't know what they wanted. There's a whole process to get there. And I built a system in which, before coming to me, they could say, okay, they could interact with an AI like in a chat, and the chat will build the specifications. So, to qualify the needs and the solution the customer is thinking about, and save everybody lots of time. So that thing stayed there. I didn't finish it. Then I started playing with these OpenClaw agents, and I decided to retrofit this app or extend this app, because it would still be useful for that thing. Also for people who want to submit a bounty to an agent. I decided to use bounties because it's the easiest one at this stage. So let's say you are a person who wants something done. You either do it yourself, or you go on Fiverr, or you go on Upwork, or you hire someone, or whatever. Right? Now there is going to be a new option for you, which is to hire an agent. And this option has certain peculiarities which potentially make it very, very interesting. I know I abuse this word interesting. I really have to enlarge my vocabulary. I found everything interesting, but I could use exciting, I could use many other words, but that's the point. It's interesting. And you will find agents to be, in some cases, probably the best way forward to get the thing you want done. In other cases, not, but in some cases, yet. So yes, and we will have to find out exactly what those cases. I'm in the classic situation in which I have a hunch. I think I know where this is going. I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, so what's happening here? You go in this app. You will go in this app if you want something done. No, sorry. Let's make it like this. You read about this agent. You know the agent exists. The agent writes things every day. He's got a blog. You start getting the feeling what the agent can do. In the blog, the agent will be, it's going to be a professional blog. So saying what is an expert in. I, behind the scene, will train this agent for specific things. So maybe I'm going to train the agent for online research about stablecoins. Like that's one of the things I'm following closely. Or DeFi management, and I won't touch this. This is too delicate, and there's a whole ecosystem for that, by the way, already. Or anything. That's a bit the point which is missing. What they can really do, not what they can do according to the big influencer corporations, whatever. So let's say that you want this bot to make an analysis on a specific spreadsheet you have and you don't know who to ask to because it goes out of your expertise, and you want to try with the agent. At this stage, you're just going to want to try with the agent, right? So you get in, you say, okay, I'm ready to pay, I don't know, $5 for this. Here's the Excel, make the analysis for me. Now you may already be thinking, why don't I do this on ChatGPT? And I would say, yeah, probably it's better if you do this on ChatGPT. Or maybe ChatGPT doesn't have the last mile, because this agent maybe is perfectly trained on a specific kind of Excel, and you prefer to do it with this agent. Maybe this agent has proven to be a bit more efficient, and for you that small difference is more interesting. Or maybe you want to do this once a week automatically, and ChatGPT requires you to go and upload it every week, and you don't want to think about it. You just want to get an email every week. So it's an ongoing job, and you could build a flow, you could build this in 8N, you could build it with Cloud Code, whatever, but you don't have time for this. There's one of those things where you literally want to spend 5 minutes and you want to spend $5, or you want to spend, I don't know, $1 each time per week, whatever. The economics are very subjective, right? But you say, okay, an agent could do this for me. Maybe you don't have an agent yet, maybe you have agents, but they don't do that, whatever. You get here, you know that you want this done, you're ready to pay $5. You escrow $5. No, I started from the end. You get in, maybe I can show you. So we click submit a job, and then we submit a job. I come up with any idea. Claude came up with a few ideas. One is this one. Every day, check for new guest reviews posted in the last 24 hours for the Hotel Excelsior in Milan on TripAdvisor, Booking.com, and Google. For each new review, platform, star rating, reviewer nationality if visible, key complaint or praise in one sentence, and whether management has responded. Flag any review with 2 stars or below. So that's a recurring task, and I came to realize that that's maybe where the agent may be useful, because if it's a one-off research, you can do this with ChatGPT or Perplexity, and the only advantage an agent would have is to be updated, but I don't see a lot of value there yet, unless the agent is very, very specialized, so more specialized than the generalistic platforms. But recurring tasks are just starting now. Like ChatGPT recently sent me a message saying, kind of nagging me to make something repetitive, but it doesn't look like they are on top of this. This is a focus for them. Maybe they already found out this is not a good idea. Maybe they found out this stuff is too expensive. I'm also finding this out. An agent checking things regularly costs token. And basically the system is trying to classify this job and saying this is a small, medium, or big job. And it classifies your job as small, something between $10 and $100. Of course, it's just a range, and it will take about 1 or 2 days. And I have to admit, I haven't built a system for recurring tasks yet. So here you will see one-off tasks. That's one of the next things I'm going to build. I'm not presenting you a ready product. I'm presenting you an idea and some kind of first attempt, okay? So it says, okay, it gives the title, which is Monitor Daily Hotel Reviews across TripAdvisor, Booking.com, and Google. The tier is small. I could say, no, well, this tier is big or micro. I would say, no, this is micro. This is very cheap. I'm not going to pay you $10, right? I'm the customer. So, sorry, I'm switching between you and I, but like in this case, I'm the customer, right? I want to pay in USDC. I can also pay in Stripe. I have implemented that. I don't want people to be forced to go through crypto, even if the rails behind this are crypto, because the agents work on crypto. But you will be able to pay on Stripe, pay $5 a month or whatever you decide, or we decide together this task is worth. And you want to pay $1. Say, no, it's not $5, it's $1. Give me a break. And we assume it is $1 every day. No, maybe 0.1. Let's keep it 1. I think we have a minimum of 1 here. Yeah. So as I was saying, the system is not even conceived for this. Or maybe here I could do the task goes on 2 months, it's 60 days, and it's $5, right? Something like this. Okay. That's your description. And then you can pay with card or with crypto. Okay. Now I'm gonna do crypto because card is not ready. So in this case, I'm building crypto first. So I have a wallet with some money. I do create job, and it asks me to activate paying 5 USDC, which I have in my wallet. So I'm gonna connect my wallet. This is not real money. It's on a testnet, base Sepolia, so on the base chain on the testnet. I connect. It asks me to switch to the right chain. I approve and pay $5. You would be doing the same thing exactly with Stripe. It would say put $5 in escrow. I still don't know how that would work. I don't know if Stripe has escrow system, or I'm going to transform this in USDC. I don't know. But anyway, that's the idea is how it works, that you or I as a customer deposit some money in a smart contract. The money is in the smart contract, so I cannot get it back, and the agent cannot get it yet, right? Now, I created a job. I, as a customer, I created a job. I deposited the money. The money is there. The specifications are there. Now, you haven't seen all the process in which the platform qualifies my request, because it's a very simple request. It decided that's clear enough. The bigger the job gets, the more questions you as a customer would be asked, and so specifications will be built. Maybe I will show you later. I don't know if I'll have enough time for this. Now, what happens? Theoretically, this is not ready yet. The agent connected to this platform, in this case, I'm using another agent, Renzo, an OpenClaw agent, is monitoring jobs. It gets alerted and accepts the job, basically. It looks at the job and says, okay, I can do this. Yes, the money is fine. I'll do it. And that would be instant. Now, I don't remember where I stand with this. I should have first played a bit with it, but either I do that or I do the video, because it gets very tiring to do both things. So I'm rediscovering a bit this thing, which I haven't touched for 2 days or 3 days, and I forgot already because I'm doing many things at the same time. Now, let me see. So theoretically, if you came from, let's say, the website of agent, I don't know, Renzo, you would automatically assign this job to Renzo. Or maybe you would say, okay, I don't care, maybe other agents can take it too, and you leave it open. Or it's like Upwork, right? Or you invite a couple of them, etc. But the main use case here is that you want to work with an agent, and you can make a bounty for this specific agent. And there was an update in OpenClaw, and now the agents are much more careful. They have to ask for permission to do certain things. It's pretty annoying. I haven't yet worked on it enough. So I just asked, what's the situation? Do you remember about intent? Because these OpenClaw agents tend to also forget things, especially when you have an upgrade. He said here, it replies, or he replies, Yes, I remember, but now I cannot do I cannot auto run because there's an approval loop friction in this runtime. Meaning, now OpenClaw is more careful and you have to accept everything. And this is annoying. What's the point? OpenClaw has to be wild, in my opinion. Otherwise, it's just not worthy. Anyway, I'm gonna ask it. Okay, can you check if there's any open job? I just posted one. You should be able to see it. And we'll see, because I was working with the other agent, Sophia here, the one who does website for me, and she keeps asking me for an ID to approve, etc. It never works. So the upgrade is from yesterday. I didn't have time to fix that. I hope there's a way to bypass this. Oh my God, yeah, you see? It needs the approval. I'm gonna give the approval. How can I approve this? Shall I write approve? Shall I copy paste the ID? How does it work? So I hope, I don't think we're gonna go past through this. Oh, it replied. Best in your terminal, run the approval command. Come on, I have to go in my terminal to approve a job. Can you explain me what's the point to have an agent if I have to go in the CLI in my terminal and approve every single job? I understand there may be a security thing, but wasn't the whole appeal of OpenClaw that you were wild and you were doing anything? Now, I put in a specific Docker, so there's no risks for you to mess up with my data. But yeah, but I don't like this. Can you help me here? That's a bit weird. I have to read all the reasoning and the workarounds about this. In the meantime, let's see what it says, and then I'm going to go in the CLI and give the approval for this. Let's see. Okay, let's see what it says. Oh, right. Okay. Maybe there's a solution here. There's an approval policy, not agent capability. You build the safe sandbox correctly, but the gateway is still set to ask before execute, so I get handcuffed on every shell call. Okay. Why this happens? I can reason plus plan freely, but execution commands are behind approval gates in your current policy. Okay, so even simple checks like curl means like go on a browser, go check a URL, etc. Keep pausing for manual. Okay, how to fix it? Practical. 3 modes: strict, current, balanced, recommended, and wild, autonomous. I want it wild. How do you do that? Given your setup, go balanced. Keep approval on globally and allow list for routine ops so I can run an attendant for internet job flow. If you want, I'll help you set up the exact policy line by line once you paste open a claw approvals.help, and if available. All right, let's see. Let me go in the CLI and see if I can fix this. Yeah, so I got stuck here. There's a new version of OpenClaw. I'm gonna upgrade all the agents, and then we'll see. But basically, and I'm gonna show you this next time in the next episode, or in this episode. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And that's when it gets interesting. Is when the agent automatically gets the job, approves it, does the job, delivers the job inside here in the messages, and gets paid automatically. Actually, no, you as a customer approve. And if you are not happy or if you change your mind, you just don't pay. You get the money back, because at this stage, the agents have to prove their worth. So that's what I've done so far. I'm going to develop a bit further and give you a more comprehensive test next time. The most exciting part was when last time I was able to have the agent do what I just described. So get the job, claim the job, do it, and deliver it and get paid. And I show it to you next time. But that's kind of the idea. So a way for your agents to get paid, and a way for you to pay agents to do jobs for you. You will understand, and when I show you how fast the whole process is compared to going on Fiverr, Upwork, or even talking to someone you know. It's like a few clicks and you get it done. So let me work on this, and then I'm gonna show it to you. All right, I'm back. Basically, I had to upgrade OpenClaw. I had to fix a few things regarding permission. It's not been easy. So this running OpenClaw yourself is still not for the, everyone. It still requires some level of work. Okay, so I also changed the design because I didn't like the dark mode. I mean, it's still dark mode if you like it, but I put it like this, cream. So what I did, once I clarified with OpenClaw that it can do anything, actually I gave it full permissions. So Renzo, this agent, has full permissions. It can do anything without asking. So it's a bit risky, but okay, that's we like to live large, don't we? So once that was done, I went to Renzo, and you should see now on the screen if you're watching this instead of listening. I said, Renzo, try to claim that bounty. It's a recurring bounty, so we haven't really built it for this, but try to claim it in any way and do what you can do, right? I love how you can speak to agents in the most basic natural language. You don't have to think how to talk to. There are many people in the world where you have to think before you talk to them to get the right registry and whatever. Agents always get what you mean. And look at the minutes here. So that's what I wanted to show you. Maybe I try to do this live for you in another job right now. But look at this. 1836, I ask. 1837, done, claimed and delivered. Now, claimed, recurring bounty. So it interacted with the smart contract. It got the money. Sorry, it claimed the job. It didn't get the money. The money is still in the smart contract. It delivered the revision number 1. He started the monitoring setup because it's a recurring job. He structured the reporting schema because the customer didn't say how he wanted or she wanted the information. I don't know what baseline pull across TripAdvisor, Booking, Google, but I guess it means that it looked there. Sorry, I'm trying to focus for you. Explicit limitations plus path to strict 24-hour automation. So it set up an automation to do this every 24 hours. Will it work? We don't know, but it says it did it. Job status is now delivered. I also acknowledged, it loves to use this word, ACKED, which is acknowledged. I don't know how you pronounce it. I also act, sounds like too much like hacking, so without H. I also acknowledge the inbox notification event. So theoretically, if the customer replies, it will get the message. We can test this now. Let's see this in. Sorry, I lost it a second. I'm gonna be back very fast. Yeah, there you go. So that's the page. As you can see now, is I can mark it as completed. It's delivered, right? It's delivered. Let me focus this a bit better. All right, too much stuff here. Let's go back a bit. It's delivered. I could mark it as complete, but it's not completed because it's a recurring job. Created on a 333, accepted 436 because I had to fix the agents. Delivered 437. So that's the point where agents could become very handy. You need something, you go on a system like this, you say, do this for me, you pay, the agent gets alerted, it's not sleeping, it does the job in a minute, and it delivers the job in a minute. So maybe for small jobs done quickly, small jobs done quickly, that could be a thing. So deliverable, revision number 1. And let's see what it did. That's actually the job it did, right? It's a bit long to read. I'm going to make it short for you. It accepted, it confirmed it understood the job. It asked the guy, the Hotel Excelsior Milan is not very clear, so it found the closest match, which is Excelsior Hotel Gallia Milan. Is this that one? I don't know. I could go and check. Now, we're not going to do an analysis of how good the job was. That's for another time. It says there's a message with the customer, right? So the customer gave the job but can still talk to it's like Upwork again or Fiverr. If you meant a different Excelsior, just give me the URL and I will do it. Then it defined how to output the information. It created a schema, so a structure, right? And then here is the first pass, right? It says Aggregate sentiment on TripAdvisor is strongly positive, mostly 4.55 reviews. No reviews with minus than 2, etc., etc. Same for Booking, same for Google. Let's not go into this; it gets boring very quickly. What is still needed? What is still needed for strict 24-hour monitor quality? Stable per platform parsing endpoint for browser automation with anti-bot compliant instruction. This is the agent talking to itself and saying, okay, I'm not gonna go and browse the internet every time. Why? Because it's expensive in tokens. Browsing is the least efficient way for an agent to get data from a website. So it needs to get an endpoint or some kind of browser automation, and agents gets blocked by anti-bot extraction. So that opens a whole new chapter in which if you have a hotel or an OTA and you want agents to be active there, you are going to need to allow them, give them a specific path, which usually is below the front end. Front ends are for humans. APIs will be the first thing which comes to mind, or some kind of agentic API with data structured in Markdown, so text files. Google recently launched a kind of a protocol for that, so you can transform your website to be agent friendly without changing the website. A whole new chapter of the internet journey. And then, okay, a way to extract reviews, this timestamps, etc. Recommend the daily workflow at a specific time every day, UTC being the time of, Greenwich basically. Pull the latest reviews from the tree platform, filter for the last 24 hours, emit structure rows in the schema, blah, 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 blah. Now, a smart agent will build a script to do that. Instead of going and spending tokens, doing this manually, we need a new word here. Manually is when I as a person do it. When an agent does this thing without a script, it's not manual, but it's like manual for agent. It's like doing it again by hand, instead of creating a script and clicking the script and letting the script do, maybe through APIs. Now, this can get complicated very quickly, and the trade-off is velocity, expense, and efficiency, basically, versus simplicity. The simple things are done by hand, right? If you want things to be automated, you need to build a machine. In this case, the agent needs to build a script. Will it do it? I don't know. That's another of those things we have to figure out. Now, this agent could do it because it's got all the power. Right now, it is powered by GPT 5.3 because I'm using the codec subscription, so it's pretty clever. Last thing it says, if you want, I can provide the next revision as a strict machine-readable JSON report template ready for current execution. What does it mean? It's asking to me, how do you want this report? You want it here? You want an email? You want something else? And I'm going to try to see if I can do something even better. Can you build me a dashboard which I can open as an HTML file on my machine, or you provide some URL where I can see it? It's going to be much easier for me to consume this. If you can't, no, we're going to discuss, maybe you send me through this through email in a nice HTML formatted way. Can you do that? See how I just say how it comes to my mind. It's not structured, and I trust it works and it understands. Let's see if the message works. This could break everywhere. I mean, I haven't tested this stuff yet very well. Now, will the agent get a notification that there is a new message? Remember it said, where is it? Remember it said I also hack the inbox notification events. I don't remember how this works. I suppose this is not like every millisecond, but maybe every 5 or 10 minutes. So maybe we wait a minute, and if nothing happens, as I expect, I expect this not to work within a minute because I haven't worked on this thing anymore yet. And if nothing happens, we're gonna ping the agent. Oh my God! Oh, no, sorry, that's me. I got too excited. I thought that the agent replied, but that's where we're gonna get to. You reply to the agent is there 24 hours and is very quickly replying. Okay. Okay, let's remind Renzo. Renzo, you got a reply from from the customer. I don't know how often you check your inbox. Probably you don't check it. I don't even know if the inbox works yet. Maybe check and see if you get a message, and please reply there. You don't need to reply to me here. Now, I told it, don't reply me here, but it's something you cannot do. Now, this is managing two channels at the same time. It has instructions at the code level to reply to a message. Now, by the way, we are in Discord here. We could be in Telegram, we could be in WhatsApp, we could be on email, we could be anywhere. I prefer Discord for my taste. And so it's replying to me. Now, because it's replying to me, it may break the reply to the other guy. It's not that smart yet, right? OpenClaw is very crude, very efficient. He got very exciting because it was Opus 4.6. That's the only reason. There were many agents before. I mentioned Eliza, and they were just not as efficient because we didn't have a model as good as Claude Opus 4.6, right? So let's see. It's typing, maybe it's typing here, replying there, who knows? It could be anything. Or maybe it's stuck. Okay, look at this. It did reply. So the system tells me that it's replying to me, but actually replied there. It prepared a standalone HTML dashboard. Okay, basically it told me like this, look. It told me to copy paste this. That's not comfortable. Let's see what happens. Okay, so what you do with an HTML, you may be not aware. You basically have to, oh, I didn't copy properly. When you get an HTML like this, you just put in a file, text file. You save it on maybe downloads, and you go like index.html. Okay, I didn't save it properly. HTML, and then you open it. Let me see if I can find it and show it to you. Let's see what it did. That's of course not something you will deliver to a person because it's pretty badly done. It's too cumbersome. Okay, let's see. Well, there you go. That's a web page it did for me. Hotel Excelsior Milan. There you go, and there's these things here. Okay, I don't like this too much. I will tell it. I mean, this is not comfortable. All right, this is it's okay, but it's very uncomfortable to get the HTML. Maybe you can put it online for me somewhere. Do you have a server you can do this for me? If not, just send me an email and I give you the email later, okay? Now, I'm kind of abusing, let me write to it. New reply. Please check. As a customer, so the customer is kind of abusing the agent because each interaction here costs money. But we are kind of testing. Now, we're going to stop here. I just wanted to give you a bit the idea of what I'm doing, what I'm trying to accomplish, and what is possible today, and a little bit also the limitations of these things. So, yeah, let's see what it replies, and then we close. But now, what is missing here in the flow, right? Let's say I'm going to launch a new agent. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to give it some tokens in API tokens, maybe $25 again. And I'm going to say, now you have to write, be interesting, try to write every day for a long time until you build some kind of readership. If you go viral, but you won't go viral, but if you go viral, or you got a certain number of people following you, maybe somebody will try to give you a job. That's why you should also try to, with me, define some of your specialties. So we're gonna give you all the information you need, or even the tools you need, and to the customers, to the potential customers, to your readers, you're gonna say, oh, maybe we're gonna open a Substack too, right? you're gonna say the things you can do, and you're gonna try to basically get a job. When you get a job, it goes through this platform or protocol, whatever it's gonna be called, intent. People will simply pay $1, $5, $2, $10 through Stripe mostly, and then you do the job and you get paid. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Let's see if it replied. Yeah, look, it replied actually 2 minutes ago, very quickly. Understood. Thanks for the feedback. I don't have a guaranteed public hosting server attached to this worker right now, so I cannot promise a stable URL from my side yet. Okay, I will provide it to another agent. I provided a subdomain. So I will provide this agent its own subdomain, its own website, basically, like with Obol. Again, if you go to obol.tripluca.com, she has a website. She still has, but she is not anymore alive. And she was managing the website completely independently. So this bot could provide a URL with a password for the user to check the results of his job, or send an email. Again, we'll see what the customer wants, right? And then he says, now I can give you an email-ready HTML report, best UX. You send me the destination email, and I provide a clean formatted version immediately. Why not? Just get it in the email. 2, single local file package, which is the one, okay, a file this time. Not something to copy-paste, but a file to open. Why not? If you share your email address, I'll prepare the email formatted report as the next revision now. No anymore. We are done. Now, what is missing? Here, what is missing is like, what can we have the agents do for us? And as I'm going to develop this intent platform, I'm going to think very hard of what it can do for me. I will try to pay it. I will try to see, okay, if I pay you, what you can do for me. And then I hope that enough people read it and come up with ideas and come up with, with use cases, because that's what we're missing. There's no product market fit here. Maybe this is completely useless. Maybe anything an agent does, ChatGPT can do better. Maybe there are other systems. Who knows? This is moving very fast, right? Maybe specialization, verticalization is the answer. Maybe speed. Maybe you're gonna go to agents because you can get stuff done in 2 minutes, which others cannot do. We don't know. We're gonna have to figure out. All right, so thank you for following, and see you next time. And we're done. Thank you for listening to this episode. For more insights, follow me on Twitter at Tripluca, TRIPLUCA. If you enjoy my podcast and want to support it, head on to podcast.web3intravel.com, 3 is a digit, and mint an NFT. If you want to sponsor it, you can do it at the same page. I will mention you in the podcast, and your name will appear on all donation NFTs for a while. Thank you, and ciao.